So I got a couple of things in. Not sure if this is going to be a short or not. It depends on the second package here specifically, if it's complete or not. But I ordered a couple of things from eBay, some software. This one came a little bit torn, so I peeked inside, so I already know what's in there. But nothing fancy, just a copy of IBM PC DOS 3.3. Same as MS-DOS 3.3, only IBM branded. We won't go into that because there's really nothing exciting about it. Plus, I don't have a working floppy disk drive in my 5150 to even test it with yet, so it doesn't matter because this is really what I wanted to take a look at. Got a copy of Flight Simulator 5.1, I believe it was, 5.1, I forget the exact version number, but I wanted to pick this up because I used to have it when I was younger, and I was recently reminded about it somehow. I don't even remember why I thought about it, but I thought about it and decided to see if I could find a copy of it. And there's several copies on eBay, a lot of them new in box, but they're also priced as such. Whereas this one here, it's in good enough condition. I mean, if I had still had my copy, it would probably look about this good. So it's the MS-DOS version because, in fact, this is the last version for DOS, I believe. Oh yeah, and it is 5.1. Because I believe Flight Sim 6 and newer were Windows only. So, system requirements, 36 or newer, 4 megs of RAM or more, and 20 megs of hard drive space, and a CD-ROM drive required also as VGA, because these graphics are pretty sweet. In MS-DOS 5 or newer, they recommend a Microsoft mouse or compatible. Obviously have phoner speakers, sound because there is audio in here, especially ambient sounds. You get sounds from the towers, etc., etc. And it's compatible with a joystick and a flight yoke. And as you can see on the back here, this is probably one of the more earliest examples of a more realistic flight sim, whereas as I showed off what was a Flight Sim 2 during my IBM 5150 series, not very advanced looking. I mean, it was CGA graphics, so what do you expect? But this also had additional scenery packs you could order. But the CD-ROM version of this game, because I believe the originally came on floppy disk, and obviously there's a rebate here if you've got a previous user and everything. This is the Micro Special Value version because the CD-ROM comes with additional content as well. And it's heavy enough that I'm pretty sure this is complete. So let's find out. And this is when software came like that. I guess you could technically consider it big box, even though it's thinner than your average big box software at the time. But it has some padding in here, which is nice because it helps protect everything. Let's see if I get a different camera angle. Okay, can't do much with the camera angle. I tried to adjust it a little bit, try to get a little bit closer lighting, but kind of cramped right now, so this is what we'll have to work with. And it does have the CD, of course, which includes these packs, or maybe this is just an advertisement for the additional ones. I forget, it was a really long time ago. But it does have the disc. It's in really good condition, actually. No scratches or anything. Of course, has a little basic manual guide on how to install it. Lighting's a little... there. Scenery enhancements. I'm probably not going to demo the software, the game, or anything like that in this video. It'll probably be a future video. This is really just more of an unboxing. Not sure why did I toss that there. This needs to go back in here. And it looks like no one ever filled out the membership application. But the reason why this is heavy is because of this big book. Before we get to that, we also have, it looks like someone might have actually sent in the rebate or some sort of registration. Oh, free trip to Hawaii or Florida. So yeah, it's when companies, actually really cared about their users and everything and offered all kinds of neat little prizes and everything you could try to apply for. not apply for, but win. But yeah, here's your pilot's handbook. So this is a more serious manual. Here's a quick start, with all the different keyboard shortcuts and everything. But it is a very hefty book. How many pages was it? Over 300, or about 300, I should say. Yeah, no, over 300. So different types of planes available. They actually have flight school and everything you can go through, and then of course more technical stuff and like how to use a mouse, keyboard, and joystick. I used to have a flight yoke a long time ago, but I bought it more specifically for racing than I did for flying, but it was able to operate as both. It might still be at my dad's house, I don't know. I might have also lost it in a flood when my dad's basement flooded many years ago. So, but yeah, I bought this one. This one I bought on eBay, but when I originally bought it, it was at Sears. I was just wandering around one day on a random night. I was a teenager at the time, so what did you do? You hung out at the mall, and because I was also a little bit nerdy, I hung out in the electronics department of a lot of stores. And this was on a shelf that was in an area where they sold primarily word processors. Just kind of interesting. If you know what a word processor is, it's kind of like a bridge between typewriters and computers of the time. For people that don't want to completely invest in the computer at home, but worked on one at work and then wanted to bring some work home, they could, put their floppy disk into a word processor and work on their documents or whatever they were working on. So I picked it up. I didn't pay full price because I'm pretty sure it was already on sale at that point. I think it was maybe $20, $30 at the time. So I picked it up and I had it and I enjoyed it and everything. But one day, like everything else, I got rid of it. So again, a more detailed installation set and, all of that fun stuff and how to start it and everything. All the different windows and menu systems. It's a very complex game, and this, from what I understand, the newer version, Flight Sim 2025, is even way more advanced than this was. I can't even imagine the size of the manual they'd be providing nowadays. Preferences, sound preferences, country preferences, US metric system, all that stuff. And again, basics, so that if you just wanted to get in and start flying right away, you could. Or if you actually wanted to take it serious and learn how to actually pilot a plane. If your aircraft crashes, you hear glass breaking, hit the ground, underwater, hear splashing sound, returns you to the airport where you first began the simulation, or wherever, if you took off from some other area. Learjet information, sailplane information, thermal soaring in and out of the cockpit. So yeah, this I'm glad that this is actually complete. Switch different airports, scenery, and I believe this also had some basic weather. I don't think it was dynamic necessarily, but it's been a long time since I actually messed with this, so different flight tricks. You can choose realism and reliability options, and you can refuel in air. So this was very, very advanced for its time, and I'd say even nowadays it's probably still somewhat relevant. So picture the Microsoft mouse. Different airports, runways, regions. Maps, looks like it's west coast of the US, I'm guessing California. Washington, Oregon, probably parts of Vancouver. And then different specs for the planes. You can do video recording. You can also customize instruments and instrument panels. Glossary, and even like a basic, I think, different there's your glossary and your index and everything. So one of these days I'll probably do a proper video on this thing and we'll take a look and yeah, kind of excited here. So, did you guys ever play any version of Flight Sim before? Let me know down below, or let us know down below. Otherwise, thanks all. Catch you later.